There is a specific type of exhaustion that feels like a cruel joke. You spend your entire day fighting to keep your eyes open. You rely on coffee just to function. You yawn through meetings, and you count the hours until you can finally collapse into bed. But then 10-gallon RPM hits. You brush your teeth, you put on your pajamas, and your head hits the pillow. And suddenly, ping, your eyes snap open. Your brain turns on. You are wide awake. The exhaustion is still there. You can feel it in your bones. But your mind is racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It feels like someone injected you with adrenaline the moment you lay down. You are physically shattered, but mentally, you are ready to run a marathon. This state is often called being tired but wired. For years, I thought this was just how my brain worked. I thought I was a night owl. I thought I just had too much on my mind. But this isn't a personality trait, and it isn't a psychological problem. It is a biological error. You are suffering from a cortisol hijack. If you are exhausted all day but alert at night, your body's internal clock has effectively flipped upside down. You are pressing the gas pedal and the brake pedal at the exact same time, and it is destroying your ability to recover. Here is why this happens, and the simple routine to reverse it. To understand why you can't sleep despite being tired, we have to look at the invisible seesaw in your bloodstream. On one side, you have melatonin, the hormone of darkness and sleep. On the other side, you have cortisol, the hormone of stress and alertness. These two hormones have an inverse relationship. When one goes up, the other must come down. They cannot occupy the same space. In a healthy body, cortisol peaks in the morning to wake you up and drops to almost zero by evening. This drop is the signal that allows melatonin to rise. But for many adults over 45, this rhythm gets broken. Due to the low-level stress of modern life, emails, news, traffic, screens, your cortisol levels never fully drop. They stay elevated, simmering in the background all evening. Because that cortisol never clears out, the door for melatonin stays locked. Your body is desperate for sleep. It has built up what we call sleep pressure. But your chemistry is screaming danger. So, you lie there in this terrible limbo. Your body is heavy with fatigue, but your nervous system is vibrating with alertness. To fix this, we cannot just wait for sleep. We have to manually flush the cortisol out of your system before you get into bed. We need to perform a biological reset. Most people try to relax by sitting on the couch and watching TV. But biologically, this doesn't lower cortisol. It often maintains it. We need to use specific physiological triggers that force the nervous system to switch from fight or flight to rest and digest. Here are two powerful, non-obvious techniques to manually reset that seesaw. The first method involves your eyes, but not in the way you think. It is called panoramic decompression. Our eyes are not just cameras, they are direct extensions of our brain. They tell the nervous system how to feel. When we are stressed or focused, our vision narrows. We get tunnel vision. This happens when we stare at phones, computers, or televisions. This narrow focus signals the brain to release adrenaline because evolutionarily, tunnel vision meant we were hunting or being hunted. To turn off the adrenaline, we need to do the opposite. We need to engage panoramic vision. This is a state where you soften your gaze and become aware of the space around you, not just what is in front of you. You want to see the walls, the ceiling, and the floor all at once, without focusing hard on any single object. The best way to do this is to take a 10-minute walk outside at dusk without your phone. As you walk, look at the horizon. Let the world move past you in your peripheral vision. This specific visual pattern, called optic flow, has a profound sedative effect on the brain's anxiety circuits. It signals to your ancient biology, we are moving, we are not trapped, we are safe.
By engaging panoramic vision for just 10 minutes before your night routine, you manually lower the alert signal in your brain. The second method is a mechanical brake for your heart rate. It is called the physiological sigh. Sometimes, even if your mind is calm, your body holds on to carbon dioxide. When CO2 levels in your blood get too high, you feel agitated and restless.
You can offload this agitation in about 30 seconds using a specific breathing pattern discovered by neurobiologists. It works like this. You take a double inhale through your nose. The first inhale is long and deep. Then, without exhaling, you take a second, shorter sip of air on top to fully inflate your lungs. Then, you exhale slowly and fully through your mouth, making a soft sighing sound. That double inhale pops open the tiny air sacs in your lungs, the alveoli, which tend to collapse when we are stressed. This allows you to offload a massive amount of carbon dioxide in the exhale. Doing this just 3 or 4 times sends a direct mechanical signal to your heart to slow down. It isn't meditation, it is biology. It is a kill switch for the stress response. However, there is often a deeper issue that breathing and walking can't fully fix. Even if you successfully lower your cortisol and perform the physiological sigh, your body needs raw materials to maintain that state of sleep. Building the bridge to deep sleep requires specific minerals. These minerals act as the chemical insulation for your nervous system. If you are deficient in these specific nutrients, which is incredibly common as we age, your nerves remain twitchy. The brakes might work for a moment, but they won't hold all night. You might fall asleep, but you will wake up an hour later when the chemical supply runs dry. There is a specific natural compound that acts as the ultimate support for this stay-asleep mechanism. It helps provide the fuel your body needs to keep the cortisol low and the melatonin high throughout the entire night. I have put the details on this natural support solution in the first link in the description below this video. If you are tired of the tired but wired feeling, I highly recommend checking that link. It is often the missing piece of the puzzle that turns a good routine into a life-changing transformation. By using panoramic vision to widen your focus and the physiological sigh to reset your chemistry, you stop fighting your own biology. You allow the seesaw to tip. The stress fades, the sleep takes over, and you finally get the rest you deserve. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.